Should killing be allowed in Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power, and is it just a wasted rule? Well, to answer your thoughts, alrighty guys, it is Kwame here today, also known as Detective Q, and I was talking to Mike from Crying Stock Media about this the other day, and we kind of came to a consensus that this whole rule about not killing really makes no sense. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into this video. So I'm going to explain several points here as to why killing should be allowed in the Tournament of Power. So first of all, I think the thing we need to talk about first is explaining shonen's manga and censorship. Now, we've learned that over the years, Dragon Ball has become a lot more censored, they show a lot less blood, and that the argument is that if you have killing in an entire tournament, it's going to be a little too graphic for shonen, which literally translates to young boys. But my response to this is that, first of all, a lot of shonen mangas and anime series that are based on shonen mangas have always shown a lot of violence with characters dying, and to top this off, what's the main difference between erasing and killing? Erasing just means you're completely gone. Killing just means you're sent to the afterlife. So really, with Universe 9 being erased, this all confirms to me that not killing because of censorship reasons is a silly idea. And to add more towards this, guys, I think if you allow killing in the Tournament of Power, what this ultimately does is that it doesn't restrict a character's move pool. Now, I'm not saying that you have to kill every character in the Tournament of Power. You can throw some out of the arena. But what I'm saying is that if you accidentally kill a character, then that would just be that character is now gone. In Dragon Ball Multiverse, I understand that's a fan manga, but that actual fan manga had an interesting concept in this. When characters die in the Dragon Ball Multiverse tournament, they just wish them back. Now, obviously, Dragon Ball Super is very different, but the concept is that if your universe is losing and you were going to possibly be erased anyways, then it really doesn't make a serious difference. And for our Universe 7 characters, since we all know they're going to win, you could have just wished them back regardless. So, really, it doesn't really change a difference here, and we don't really care about the other universes besides our own anyways. And in addition to this, if you want to talk more about the move pool being restricted, let's be honest here. Can a Kamehameha actually not just kill you anyways? Like, why does the Kamehameha just have to push you out of the Tournament of Power? Depending on how strong or weak an opponent is in the Tournament of Power, it should have vaporized you. For example, the final Kamehameha from Goku and Vegeta in some cases should have wiped out the entire trio, the Dangers, instead of just knocking them out of the actual Tournament of Power. So in reality, it makes the attacks much more realistic. The next point I wanted to bring out is that it makes fighters fight much harder and it adds much more stakes. Now, I've often said this a lot in real life and in fictional worlds. If you are fighting for your life, you are going to be a lot more serious about what's going on. You're going to be on your toes a lot more, and you're not going to make as many silly mistakes because you know 100% what's on the line. Now, get it. I understand that the entire Tournament of Power, you are essentially fighting for your lives because you're going to be erased in it, but if you're actually directly fighting against people who are trying to kill you and not just defeat you in the Tournament of Power so that their universe would win, that would make the battles a lot more serious for the characters in the Tournament of Power because they understand that the moves that are coming at them can all potentially kill them instead of being aimed to knock them out of the ring itself. And to add more about the rule not making any sense, guys, let's take this in one honest third-person perspective. If you were fighting in the Tournament of Power, right? If this was an actual tournament for your survival, and you accidentally killed somebody, and you got disqualified because you killed somebody, but because you got disqualified, now your universe is going to be erased because you just lost for your entire team. Or you just jeopardized your team's situation by now being disqualified by killing somebody. Does that really make any sense? You're saying I can't kill other people to protect my universe, but if I do kill them, I'm gonna be disqualified and have my universe wiped out regardless. That to me makes absolutely no sense, and it completely gets rid of the whole survival instinct of fighting in a Tournament of Power and having a whole multiversal war. And finally, after I've described all the points as to why killing should be allowed, I wanted to talk about a possible hint here in Dragon Ball Super. Is Dragon Ball Super hinting that all of the characters are not going to be erased or killed at the end? I think this clarifies and proves that they probably won't be, because if you cannot kill opponents, but your universe is going to be erased ultimately because there can only be one winner in the Tournament of Power, this is all hinting that multiple characters and multiple universes are all going to be saved. And I thought about this even further. Let's take Gowasu from Universe 10. If Universe 10 were to lose, that means that Gowasu is now going to be dead, which means that that's going to be a very, very, very negative outcome compared to the previous arc in which the Dragon Ball characters did everything in their power to save Gowasu from being killed by Zamasu. So in reality, guys, I think that all of the characters are not going to die. I think somehow, through some means, through the Super Dragon Balls or some other cause, the characters are going to come back, because there's no reason to have no killing allowed when you're really fighting for your lives in this whole battle to not be erased. And who knows, maybe the reason they don't want you to be killed is because killing you is actually better than having you erased, because you can possibly come back, whereas Zeno and the Grand Priest don't want you to come back, because killing is actually safer if you use the Super Dragon Balls or some other means to come back. But that's been my thoughts on the issue, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and remember, as I always say, to have a great day, guys.